All right, welcome back to Volt Vibes, everybody. It's time for another deep dive. We're going to be talking about the GitHub Enterprise SAML bypass flaw, CVE-2025-24200.
That's a mouthful.
It is. But don't worry, we know you guys are all security crows here, so we're going to skip the basic stuff like
Yeah, no need for
MITRE AT&CK,
skill chains,
all that. We're going straight to the technical details
the good stuff.
with the help of our experts.
Let's get into it.
So GitHub Enterprise, huge in the world of secure collaboration, right?
Absolutely.
And SAML authentication.
Yeah.
Supposed to be the ultimate gatekeeper.
The gold standard.
But, even the best defenses have weaknesses.
As we've seen.
And this flaw, it really highlights that.
Oh, yeah.
That SAML response, super important.
The heart of it all.
The digital signature.
Yeah.
It's like a seal of authenticity.
Exactly.
Break the seal.
You break
the
through.
whole system's compromised.
Game over.
Right. And that's exactly what happened here. Researcher Hakivvi discovered this bypass flaw.
Clever guy.
It all comes down to this quirk.
A quirk, huh?
In the libxml2 library.
Interesting.
Which GitHub uses. So maybe you can explain how this tiny detail led to such a massive vulnerability.
What you see, libxml2, it's everywhere, right?
Yeah, it's super popular.
For parsing XML. But it's got these little quirks in the way it handles XML entities, especially with that XML node getContent function.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
When you combine that with how GitHub uses XPath for validation, well, it creates a backdoor.
Wow. So for those of us who aren't XML experts, can you break down what XML entities are?
Sure. Think of them like shortcuts in an XML document representing special characters,
Gotcha.
or even chunks of data. And the problem is libxml2 can be tricked into mishandling these entities, especially during XPath queries.
So the attacker's basically rewriting the SAML response.
That's the gist of it.
By manipulating these entities.
They're exploiting the quirks.
Like a forged document.
Exactly.
Slipping past security. And Hakivvi, they even published a proof of concept exploit.
Wow.
Showing exactly how to do it.
Publicly.
Yeah, pretty alarming.
That is concerning.
And the potential impact is huge.
Yeah, this isn't theoretical.
Compromised repositories.
Source code leaks.
Basically, if you can do it in GitHub Enterprise.
They can do it too.
So, big question. How do we stop this?
Well, first of all, patching, obviously.
Right, GitHub's released update.
Get those systems up to date.
Essential.
Top priority.
But also, reviewing your SAML configuration.
Absolutely.
Even though the flaws in GitHub. Understanding your own SAML implementation.
You have to know your own system.
Hardening its security.
Defense in depth.
And this brings up something interesting.
What's that?
The balance between security and usability.
It's always a tightrope walk.
SAML, it's secure.
Very secure.
But complex.
Oh, yeah.
And that complexity,
it can create unexpected problems.
like this vulnerability.
Exactly.
It's not a flaw in SAML itself, but the way it interacts with other things.
The library, the XML handling.
The XPath queries.
All of it together.
And that's where the problem arises.
A chain reaction.
So it really highlights the importance of thorough code reviews.
Every line.
Understanding those little interactions.
The devil's in the details.
Sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest impact.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So for everyone listening, I highly recommend checking out Hakivvi's research.
Great resource.
It's a real eye-opener.
It'll make you think.
Shows how these subtle quirks could have major security consequences.
It's a must-read.
And of course, keep your systems packed.
Up to date, always.
And stay vigilant.
Stay safe out there.
Because you never know what the next vulnerability might be.
That's the truth.
So on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Thanks for joining us on Volt Vibes.
It's been a pleasure.
And until next time, stay secure. Check out the podcast.